of course, lahat ng mga Filipinos dito. Ito po, si Nico Fabian, once again, nandito naman po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa, di ba? Yon po. We should always put it in our mind, habang may buhay, may pag-asa. I hope everything is running smoothly sa mga buhay natin po. And, of course, malungkot tayo dahil karamihan ng mga kababayan, kapatid at kaibigan natin dyan mismo po sa Metro Manila or sa Manila area po is still facing a lot of difficulties sa buhay nila po dahil we are still experiencing a very, very bad weather condition, no? Dahil sa habagat. And because of the habagat, because of the heavy downpour, now some areas, if not all, are still submerged under the water po. So, mahirap yun po, di ba? And some has been suffering this kind of difficulties for the past weeks na po, days and weeks na po. And I hope the authorities concerned will do something rush to this, ease the burden of the flood victims dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially dyan po sa Metro Manila. August 19 na tayo, Wednesday. And for your information, wala tayong impeachment trial hearing ni Inday Sara Duterte po dahil po kanon pa rin po ang sitwasyon tungkol sa weather condition dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially dyan po sa Manila. In fact, all classes, school classes po dyan sa Metro Manila, I was made to understand, were suspended or are suspended ngayon po today. And some government agencies and departments, wala din pasok po, no? Wala din pasok. And of course, ang impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte is not exempted, no? No exemption po, no? So, na-cancel ang impeachment trial ni Inday Sara Duterte for today. Hindi lang today po, no? Monday yata, Tuesday and Wednesday, no? Wala tayong impeachment trial ni Inday Sara Duterte. Alright? So, we will be expecting the resumption of the impeachment trial will be next week po. Next week na naman, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And hopefully, based on what we heard, baka ang schedule ng impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte will have a new schedule, and that will be from 3 p.m. Onwards. Sa ngayon po, no? Ang schedule nila is from 10 a.m. hanggang 3 p.m. And then it will pave way for the plenary session. So, I don't know if they're going to make it official already po na by next week, baka we will see ang impeachment trial will start at 3 p.m. onwards and the plenary session of the Senate will start from 10 a.m. po in the morning. Maganda din yung suggestion made by Senator Judge Mick Subiri. Mick Subiri po. Alright. The thing that I want to touch on now dito sa programa natin is more on follow-up natin po tungkol what we have been or I have been fighting for po, no? Kasi kawawa talaga mga kababayan, kapatid at kaibigan natin dito sa Malaysia po, particularly dito sa Sabah. And I am focusing on the plight of the Filipinos undocumented, arrested, and presently detained at the 4 or 5 detention center, immigration temporary detention center dito po sa Sabah. And so, the way how I look things now po, no? Because I've been delayed na talaga po, no? Delayed na talaga ang detention ng mga arrested na Filipinos po who violated the travel requirements dito po sa Malaysia po, no? Because normally under the law, once you've been arrested, found guilty that you are undocumented, residing or even working dito po sa Malaysia, so ang penalty dyan po if found guilty by the court is that you will be detained for 3 months, after which you will be deported to your original country, and that is the Philippines po. Lahat yan po, lahat ang mga foreigners who violated the travel requirements dito po sa Malaysia. Yun po ang law dito sa Malaysia. Unfortunately, because of the suspension of the, sabi natin, Allison Shipping Lines operations, no? Na since January, dahil sa sinking of one of the vessels dyan po sa area ng Basilan Province, now wala tayong nasuspend din po, or wala tayong vessel coming in from Zamboanga City to Sandakan to pick up ang mga deportees. So because of this, since January hanggang ngayon, na punong-puno na po ang detention center dito po sa temporary detention center dito po sa Sabah. And I've been raising this this issue for several months already po, and just recently, itong week and last week, and medyo mayroon tayong kunting I saw light at the end of the tunnel, no? Light at the end of the tunnel. Because kahapon, I was made to understand, I was made to understand that ang foreign minister ng Malaysia as well as ang foreign minister ng Pilipinas, they met and discuss po, no? Met and discuss some issues related to the relationship between Malaysia and the Philippines, particularly Sabah po, no? So, nangyari yun po yesterday po dyan sa Pilipinas. Let me read you this news article na lumabas din dito po sa Malaysia and dyan po sa Pilipinas regarding what transpired dyan po sa Manila yesterday po. The heading of the story is, it goes this way. KL, Manila discuss swift repatriation over 5,000 undocumented Filipinos po. And nandito po ang detalles ng balita po. Malaysia and the Philippines Tuesday discuss measures to expedite the repatriation of more than 5,000 undocumented Philippine migrants held at the 4 immigration depot centers in Sabah. In fact, we have 5 now, hindi lang ito 4. Foreign Minister of Malaysia, si Dato Sri Muhammad Hassan, said screening by the Philippine Embassy in Kuala Lumpur identified over 1,000 plus individuals ready for immediate deportation. In fact, what I learned is all the 5,495 the detainees, illegal immigrants, dyan po sa detention center po, were already issued with the special pass, travel special pass po, issued by the staff of the Philippine Embassy in Kuala Lumpur. So, ready na sila po for deportation. Let me quote si Foreign Secretary or Foreign Minister Muhammad Hassan. Sabi niya po, we discuss how to accelerate repatriation of these undocumented migrants so the Philippine government can take them back via sea routes or other viable means. The detention centers can no longer accommodate such a high number of detainees, he said, following the 9th Malaysia-Philippines Joint Commission meeting or JCM at the Department of Foreign Affairs dyan po sa Manila kahapon. He said that Malaysia wants the Philippine government to act swiftly to repatriate its citizens home while screening the remaining batches continues. Sabi ni Muhammad, both the nations also discussed educational provisions for the undocumented migrants and children in Sabah. Malaysia agreed to study the need for their continued education before repatriation po. He stressed that any educational facility must be managed directly by the Philippine government to ensure proper oversight. So later on, we will also be touching on this educational aspect of these children of undocumented parents po, Filipino. Okay? We do not want private unregulated schools being set up without proper monitoring, sabi ni Hazan. Touching on the Sabah claim raised by certain quarters in the Philippines, Muhammad said the matter was not discussed directly during the JCM. He argued the Asian member nations to respect international law and the global recognition of Sabah as part of Malaysia. Sabah was recognized by the United Nations or UN through a commission presented by the United Nations Secretary General as part of Malaysian territory. Therefore, there should be no issue over claiming Sabah is not part of Malaysia. So yun po, no? Yun po. So my meeting yesterday between foreign affairs secretary sino ba yun po ang foreign affairs secretary, si Maria Teresa P. Lazaro, and si foreign secretary ng Malaysia, si Dato Sri Muhammad Hazan, yesterday yun po during a meeting, and they discussed also itong problema ng mga Filipinos. So far, we have a total of 5,495 illegal Filipinos or undocumented Filipinos presently detained, arestado, and detained sa 5 temporary immigration centers dito po sa Sabah, and the centers are being crowded as what si Dato Hassan was saying, or Dato Muhammad Hassan was saying, Malaysia or Sabah can no longer afford itong this kind of congestion situation inside the jail centers, temporary detention centers dito po sa Sabah. That's why he's appealing ang Philippine government to swiftly repatriate ang mga deportees natin po to the Philippines po, no? To the Philippines. The problem is wala tayong vessel or barko po to come and pick up itong mga deportees from Sandakan po. No? Normally, noon mayroon tayo yon Alison Shipping Line through its MB Doña Juan, no? They come and pick up ang mga deportees once every 2 weeks or once a month. Hindi yung regular po, no? But at least mayroong barko, no? At least mayroong barko. But since January hanggang ngayon po, nawala yon dahil po ang Philippine government suspended the operation of Alison Shipping Line. And of course, based on humanitarian reasons, the Malaysian government also allowed voluntary repatriation po, provided ang relatives ng mga deportees, they have to shoulder an expenses ng detainee in going home. They allow the deportees to be repatriated via by air, that is Kota Kinabalu to Manila, and it would cost more compared to using the sea road, no? So I myself personally experience na ang repatriation ng mga detainees po, although is a handful of them only, no? From Kota Kinabalu Airport to Manila. Normally, the Immigration Department dito po sa Sabah will coordinate with the immigration authorities or whoever local authorities in the Philippines whenever they send undocumented or they repatriate undocumented Filipinos back home via Manila po, no? So when I was there, I saw one incident last month na even the Department of Public Works, Department of Social Welfare, no? They welcome or they receive ang deportees dyan po sa Manila, And from then, sa Manila, they will look after itong kababayan natin po and make sure that they return to their respective provinces po or cities po or municipalities. So that's what is happening po. But as what I said, it's only a handful. On the other side po, when we talk about sea road, mayroon din tayo dito route from Lahad-Datu to Bongao, although it's not really regular. Just lately, it was once a week. But they also allow ang deportees to be sent back home via Lahad-Datu to Bongao po, provided that the detainee or the relatives of the detainee will pay their own fare. Vessel or ferry fares po, no? They allow this thing to happen. On a normal situation po, it is the Sabah government who shoulder the expenses of deporting ang mga Filipinos back home po via Sandakan to Zamboanga. But since wala tayong a vessel hanggang ngayon po, so ang mga relatives are the ones who are shouldering the expenses of the returning Filipinos po or undocumented Filipinos po. So that is the situation ngayon dito sa Sabah. And mayroon tayong mga, although it's unconfirmed, no? It is unconfirmed. I was made to understand just yesterday po, no? Just yesterday. Today daw po, today, Wednesday, dyan po sa Pilipinas, ang maritime authorities natin na dyan po sa Zamboanga, they will be checking ang MB Doña Juan, kung na-comply ito lahat ang mga safety requirements po, safety requirements to conduct a sea journey po. So hopefully, once it will be cleared by the maritime authorities dyan po sa Zamboanga City, then they will be given a seaworthy clearance to the shipping line operator. And hopefully po, with this clearance, now they will be able to operate its first journey from Zamboanga City to Sandakan on August 22. And that will be on Saturday yata, no? Now is 19, 20, 21 on Saturday, no? Hopefully po, no? Kung cleared. And kung sakali hindi yung cleared, I was also made to understand, although this is not yet confirmed, na the other vessel of Allison Shipping Line, no? May clearance na po, na cleared seaworthy ang vessel nila, baka yun po pupunta dito sa Sandakan sa Sabado to pick up itong mga deportees po. It's still unconfirmed, no? Unconfirmed. This was related to me last night by ang sources natin dyan po sa Pilipinas, no? Dyan po sa Pilipinas. So let's hope and pray na mayroon talaga, it will happen na mayroon a vessel coming in sa Sabado from Zamboanga City to Sandakan to pick up itong mga deportees po. So ibig sabihin, kung ang Allison will come in, ibig sabihin po, libre yung pamasahe nila and one meal po. So yun ang latest. In fact, it has been confirmed by the local authorities dito po sa Sabah that the Sabah government is more than willing to resume ang repatriation exercise for these Filipino deportees po, no? By batches. And the first batch, willing sila, ready na to release a total of 800 deportees on Saturday kung matuloy ang biyahe po. In fact, I also received some invitations coming from the Philippine side po, asking me if I can cover or magsama daw ako po dyan sa biyahe to at least let the people know po na safe ang seaworthy ang vessel nila po. I'll see what I can do po, but at the moment I cannot confirm, no? Hindi pa tayo maka-confirm in the event I won't go. So, but anyway, I will keep informed lahat, both ang mga followers natin dito po sa Sabah and ang mga followers natin dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially sa Sambasuta area po for the updates, no? For the updates regarding itong repatriation po. So yon ang latest developments na mayroon tayo tungkol sa repatriation. Once again, I said, kailangan po kasi kawawa naman ang mga Filipinos na delay na talaga ang repatriation exercise nila po. Some of them were arrested last year and scheduled for repatriation January. But unfortunately, the scheduled repatriation exercise for January was cancelled because ang Alison Shipping Line operations was suspended by the Philippine government because they are undergoing a thorough investigation of the sea tragedy that occurred somewhere in Basilan last January po. No? And hanggang ngayon po, ito ang problema. Walang transportasyon. Walang transportasyon po. So, let's really hope. Ako din po, I will be very happy to see kung matuloy na talaga itong repatriation. So, at least po, mamenos-menos na po ang kahirapan ng mga kapwang Filipino natin, mga kababayan, nasa loob ng kulungan ngayon or dito sa Sabah. Now, again, to be fair with the Sabah government, and I, for one, can vouch, there's no such thing, yung mga rumors po, that the Filipinos detention center are being maltreated po, that is not true. That I want to make it very clear po. That is not true po. The Sabah government, Malaysian government are treating well ang mga Filipinos. In fact, sila pa nga po, Malaysian government, ang Sabah government, they are the ones who are really eager to repatriate po itong mga Filipinos po. Kasi sila mismo, they feel kawawa talaga itong mga deportees, although they violated the Malaysian travel requirements po, but they are just also human beings po. They have to be reunited. They have to restart ang buhay nila po dyan sa Pilipinas. They have to, Filipinos, may mga employers dito po, they have to go back to the Philippines and secure proper documents po so that they can return back to Sabah and work. Yung may mga employers na po and ready to accept them po, because of their good performance. Whether we like it or not po, Filipinos dito sa Sabah, we are known for hardworking Filipinos, easy to communicate, maganda ang reputasyon natin po, and they love ang mga Filipinos po, they love ang mga Filipino workers. So, as what the Malaysian government keep on repeating, Filipinos and other nationalities po who wants to work dito sa Malaysia or dito po sa Sabah, they are all welcome, provided they should be properly documented. Once they come in, they should be properly documented. They have their proper documents like passport. And then once they have the employer, make sure that they will be given approved by the immigration authorities ang work permit po. And once you have all these documents po, wala talagang problema po. Life in Sabah maganda po, maganda po, In case of emergency, it's very easy, fast for us to go home, Buyak-buyak lang po, knock on the wood. In case of emergencies, OFWs, Filipinos dito sa Sabah, they can easily go home in case of emergency po. And when we talk about the communication po, wala tayong problema sa communication with the host country or mga Malaysian friends natin po. So, food-wise, wala din tayong problema. Be it Christian or Muslim, wala tayong problema kasi this is a multiracial country, multi-religious country po. So, wala tayong problema. It's a nice place, but provided you must be properly documented. Kung hindi kayo documented po, mahirap talaga ang buhay dito. Alright? So, this is the thing. As what I said, this is the thing that I want to share with you. Sa mga followers ko dito po ngayon sa Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico. And of course, from time to time, especially siguro bukas on Friday, I will update again po kung matuloy ba itong repatriation exercise scheduled on Saturday, August 22. August 22. I really hope po. Now, for the information of mga Filipinos, mga relatives natin dyan po sa Pilipinas, na mayroon silang relatives dito sa Sabah, you don't worry po because ang weather condition dito sa Sabah, sa Kota Kinabalu, especially based ako dito sa Kota Kinabalu, although we are experiencing some light and heavy downpour, from time to time po, but we are not experiencing any storm or typhoon or whatever po, Okay na okay ang weather condition dito po, weather condition. Although medyo mainit lang ang Sabah ngayon, and we are not facing any haze problem. Unlike other states like ang neighboring state namin, ang Sarawak po, they are facing that haze problem ngayon po. But ang health condition or health situation sa Sabah, okay din, normal lang, except mainit, Kaya nga, we have to on our air condition sa bahay natin po, Medyo mainit po. But ingat-ingat lang tayo kasi another expenses naman ito po sa kuryente. So, that's it. And siguro hanggang dito na lang muna ang programa natin. And I will make sure that you will be properly informed of whatever updates mayroon tayo sa Pilipinas po. Before I'll go, I would like to say safe flights, safe trip sa Mrs. ko, si Mary. And of course, ang son ko who is returning back to Malaysia from Thailand, a short or brief holiday. So, ang flight nila, I think before noon time, they will be taking the flight from Krabi to Kuala Lumpur po. So, safe trip and welcome back to reality pagdating kayo dito sa Kuala Lumpur o sa Malaysia. So with this, once again, si Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Salamat! Don't play. Ingat!